I think we're good. So, with that said, let's get into it. Extreme Rules 2018 review and results. We're starting things off with the pre-show. You want to know why we're going to start things off with the pre-show? Because the best part of this show was the pre-show. I'm not joking when I say that. The first match to open the show, as in the pre-show, was Andrade Cien Almas with the lovely Zelina Vega taking on Sin Cara. And you know what? Just like their match on Smackdown this past week, this was great. This was awesome. This was Lucha Underground in WWE. I'm not even kidding you. This was a great match. Like, this is the kind of match we get on a regular episode of Lucha Underground. I'm not even kidding you. You take this match, copy and paste it in Lucha Underground, it'd be the exact same quality. That's how good this match was. And it was the best match on this entire show. This was the match of the night. It was on the pre-show. Sin Cara and Andrade Cien Almas had the match of the night, and it was on the pre-show. Now imagine if this was the first match to open the actual card, and then on the pre-show we had, I don't know, Smiling Finn Balor and Constable Corbin, or maybe the match that shouldn't have been Extreme Rules, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. I'm sorry. I know Ronda had to have her moment, but for real, I'm sorry. It's just there are some matches that didn't need to be on the actual card. That should have been on the pre-show. This match wasn't the match that should have been on the pre-show. Cien Almas and Sin Cara had a great match. High-flying, craziness. If you are a fan of luchador style, Lucha Underground, this is the kind of match that you need to see. My favorite moment of the match was when Sin Cara did this. It looked like a freaking... I know it wasn't a pile driver, a flipping pile driver, but it was like a Hurricanrana where he turned Andrade over and then he spiked him on his head. So a spike Hurricanrana. Wherever it was really sick. And it looked really cool. But Andrade ends up winning with the Hammerlock DDT. And he is now 2-0 on Sin Cara. Tell you what, if they give us another match between these two on SmackDown, I'd be all for it. Let's keep it going. Let's make it a series. Screw it. These guys so far are having some of the best matches for WWE this year. And it was on the pre-show. What the hell, man? And then we follow that up with a tables match. Why would you put a tables match on the pre-show of a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules? And then it included The New Day and Sanity. Who booked this on? Why would you book this on a pre-show? What is wrong with the people writing this freaking show? Match was good. A much needed victory for Sanity, and a cool way to do it. We see Eric Young hit an elbow drop while Kofi was hanging on the ropes, and he goes through a table. That was cool. By the way, loved that, I don't know what it was, but we have Xavier Woods and Big E holding two members of Sanity on their shoulders. I think it was Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. While they were on their shoulders for the powerbomb, Kofi Kingston comes flying up the turnbuckle, double stumps them both separately, and they go falling into powerbombs. It looked a lot cooler than how I explained it, but awesome spot, really cool, really good match. Literally the best part of the show was the pre-show. I don't understand why you wouldn't have these two matches open up the show than the other two matches that opened up the show. See, again, the problem with Extreme Rules, you have this 5-hour show. It's 4 hours for the main card and an hour for the pre-show that you could condense down to 3 hours. And it would have actually potentially been good if you removed some matches and then changed some things here and there. But because you decided to overcomplicate it, oversaturate it, it ended up being a show where fans got tired and then took over hijack the show at the end during a match that they should not have hijacked it on, which I'll get to in a second. But that's what happens when you give the fans shows they do not want to see. But that's neither here or there. Let's get back to the review. For the main card, we open things up with the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Deleter of Worlds, that's Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, taking on the B Team, and that is Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. There was a small moment in the match where Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt had a stare down, and then Bo Dallas tagged out. So we're not going to play into the brothers, because they are brothers in real life, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, Rotunda brothers. But we're not going to play into that just yet. We're going to keep it separate. But they teased it. It's going to happen. But ultimately, this match was alright. You know, it was decent. There were a couple of moments in there where the crowd got into it. The ending was shocking. B Team ends up beating the Deleter of Worlds. That's right. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Yeah. They are champions now. And they beat Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I don't know if I like that. I know a lot of people like the B Team. And you know what? They're the silly comedy act, sympathetic tag team that's very easy to get behind. And I'm not going to hate them for anything, any kind of love they get. I mean, they're cool guys. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel have been busting their asses for a long time. So any kind of love they get, they deserve. But I look at the Deleter of Worlds, and I see the potential of Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy, and I just hate how it's being squandered. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like these two could have done a lot more, could have done so much more than what we got. And I kind of feel like now it's over, just like that. Maybe they'll get a rematch, but we'll have to see. Here's what I don't want. I don't want Matt Hardy to become a nobody and just be relegated to pre-show matches, because he should not be. I don't want Bray Wyatt to go back to being a heel, because that will piss me off, which should never ever happen again. But we'll just see. Maybe they'll get a rematch. Maybe this is a one-time deal where B Team wins the titles and they'll lose it right back to the Leader of Worlds tomorrow night on Raw. So, yeah, there you go. B Team are your new tag team champs. We're moving on to a backstage segment involving Kurt Angle, who announced that if Brock Lesnar does not show up tomorrow on Raw or refuses to defend his belt in the future, he will be stripped of the Universal Championship. And the crowd erupted. So in other words, Brock Lesnar is coming to Monday Night Raw tomorrow. And he'll probably be put into a match at SummerSlam. We'll talk about that in just a second. I have a lot I want to say about his SummerSlam match. But yeah, when I talked about Brock Lesnar not showing up for SummerSlam, I did mention that it was hard to believe that he wouldn't. Because why would you miss a big payday, first off?
Shinuski winning the championship equals wasted match.
I disagree about that, the cast. Thank you for the super chat, though. We'll talk about that match in just a second. But getting back to Brock Lesnar, you know, it's one of those things where you want him to be there. You would think he would be there, first off, to get that huge paycheck. They're paying you $1 million to show up. Show up, okay? It's $1 million. Why would you skip out on that? But on top of that, who cares? You know, it's another... It's not even just another easy day for Brock Lesnar, who just works 5 times a day. It's the last one. 5 times a day, 5 times a year. I wish he would work 5 times a day. That'd be quite the champion. I would probably respect him. 5 times a year. But at the same time, it's his last performance. It literally will be his last one, and then he'll go to UFC. So just come in, drop the belt, and leave. But yeah, that is what's gonna happen here. All right. moving on to the next match, which was... What was the next match? Was that Finn Balor versus Constable Corbin? Yep. Finn Balor, smiling Finn Balor, taking on Constable Corbin. The match that should have been on the pre-show. I am not a fan of the character that Finn Balor is now. I miss the Demon. I've already gone on rants about it. I won't go on it anymore. But this match put me almost really close to sleep. I was dozing off while watching this match. I don't even remember all that happened. All I know is Finn Balor won. So we're going to keep it like that. Finn Balor wins. He ends up beating Constable Corbin. And they'll probably get a rematch tomorrow night on Raw. Because WWE hates us. And that's why we're going to get the rematch. But Finn Balor wins. And then we go on to what I think is the worst match of the night. Smackdown Women's Championship. Asuka versus the champion, Carmella, with James Ellsworth suspended above the ring in a shark cage. Why do we still do shark cage matches? Why are these still a thing? I don't get it. I really don't. See, to me, matches like this do nothing but hurt the people involved, because when someone like James Ellsworth manages to escape like he did, and what I hate about it is that they put him in the cage, they didn't frisk him, they didn't check to see if he had anything on him so he could escape, they just threw him in there. No one frisked him. They just said, go in the cage, and he did it, and the next thing you know, he starts throwing down chains and sprays. He had like a key to get himself out of the cage and stuff. It was so dumb. He just rendered the entire stipulation completely meaningless. It was worthless. He just escaped. And next thing we know, he's hanging from the freaking cage. And it was so dumb. And it made everybody in the match look dumb. But the match happens. Asuka ends up losing after she gets distracted by James Ellsworth hanging from the cage. And then Carmella pushes her head first into the cage. And then Carmella pins her. This was so dumb. This match, it sucked. There, that's all I'm gonna say. This match sucked. That's all I need to say. This match sucked. Such an awful way for Asuka to lose. It literally damaged her credibility. It's damaged now. For what? And for what reason? It didn't make Carmella look any stronger. It just made Asuka look weaker. Oh, but wait, Alyx, man, she attacked Ellsworth after the match. So it doesn't fix anything. That's not a good way to make up for what an awful match that was. That was horrible. And I hate to say it, but she might have to turn heel now. This is one of those cases. Super chat.
The $100 song is Gren no Yumiya, isn't it?
Nope. I don't even know what that is. No, it's not even that big of a song. When you hear it, you're gonna be like, really? That's your song, Alyx, man?
Finn should either go demon full-time or turn heel.
Or come up with an interesting character, which is what I want. You know, I don't want you to just be a smiling doofus. Super chat party, boys. Let's go.
Carmella has yet to put on a good match.
Tell me about it. Carmella's strength is in her ability to cut a promo and carry a character. She's not really the best at having good matches.
AJ versus Rusev was my favorite match.
Nah. Tell you what, it was a pretty good match. But for me, it still was Andrade and Sin Cara. Hey, I can do this all day. I'm cool with this, guys.
Carmella will lose the title soon. SD Liv, perhaps?
So you think she'll lose the title at Smackdown? I think she'll lose it at SummerSlam to Becky Lynch, which is what I was about to get to. So when it comes to Asuka, we might just need to go ahead and cut her from that babyface run and just start over with her being a heel. Because right now I feel like she's damn as good at this point, really. What I would do with Asuka, since SummerSlam is coming up and it's gonna be 6 hours long plus the pre-show, but 6 hours, I would have her fight Charlotte again as a heel. That's what I would do. Turn her heel, have her fight Charlotte, rematch from WrestleMania, get her win back, and then go after the women's champion, which, big prediction here, in my opinion, should be Becky Lynch. We're doing a really good story with Becky making a comeback, being that lovable babyface, and I think she should beat Carmella at SummerSlam. And then we do Becky Lynch and Asuka going into the rest of 2018.
Also, Asuka is now 0-3 in title matches.
Isn't that unfortunate? The woman that went undefeated during her entire run at NXT, over 900 days undefeated, can't win a freaking title match on the main roster. Shocker.
Carmella needs to lose that title and lose it soon.
We'll see, man. But that's my prediction. I think Asuka will probably turn heel, fight Charlotte again at SummerSlam, get her win back. Becky should become women's champion, and then we do Asuka and Becky for the rest of the year, which honestly could be a series of really good matches the more I think about it, especially if Asuka is the heel.
I said before, Carmella is a diva playing wrestler.
Yeah, that's her gimmick, really. Alright, let's move on. I don't want to talk about that crappy match no more. Let's talk about something I liked. WWE United States Championship. Jeff Hardy, the champion, defending against Nutcracker, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's his new nickname, Nutcracker. Because that's exactly how he won this belt. Before the match even started, here comes Nakamura. Wow! Right into Jeff Hardy's privates. It was amazing. I laugh every time Nakamura does his low blow. I don't know what it is in the way he does it, and it's the facial expression. It's like that sudden movement and the way they react to it. It's awesome. And then because he got the advantage on him, the bell rings and then he hits the Kinshasa and wins. Nakamura beats Jeff Hardy in seconds and becomes your new United States champion. So I can't really rate this match. It's a dud. But I loved it. This is heel Nakamura. This is awesome. I thought this was great. What was even better? Oh, we're not done yet. And by the way, this was so much needed. Like, Nakamura needed this victory. Let him say what he needs to say.
Spring high class of 09, baby.
My class is 08, so ours is better. Anyways, regardless, Nakamura needed this victory. I felt like his feud with AJ Styles, although they had some good matches, they didn't quite live up to the standard I feel like they should have lived up to, or the standard of everybody's expectations that everybody expected them to do. But regardless, I feel like this was so much needed. This is the Nakamura I've been wanting to see, and I'm happy I got a chance to see it. But what was even better than this was Randy Orton. Now, let me explain. Because some of y'all are going, oh God, Randy Orton's coming out to challenge Nakamura for the United States Championship. That's what I thought too. Because he did come out, he did stare down Nakamura, and I'm thinking, okay, that's his next challenger. He'll fight him at SummerSlam. Randy Orton turned around to Jeff Hardy, lifted his legs, and stomped him in the nuts. I was like, well, Jeff Hardy I hope Jeff Hardy enjoys his babies now, because he ain't having no more. Jesus. First you got the nutcracker, and then you got stomped?
Is smiling Balor is worse than babyface Sheamus?
Ooh, that's rough. What's worse? Smiling Finn Balor or babyface Sheamus? I might hate babyface Sheamus just a tad bit more. Although smiling Finn Balor, it's bad. I think I hate babyface Sheamus just a little bit more than smiling Finn Balor. Just a tad bit. But Randy Orton is a heel now. That's the thing. Randy Orton has turned heel on Extreme Rules, which, yes, I'm happy. Like, he should have never turned babyface. Didn't we learn anything from Randy Orton in 2004? And look, Orton has always been very charismatic. People are fans of Randy Orton. I, at one point, was a huge fan of Randy Orton, but it was when he was a heel. I like Randy Orton when he's a villain. Randy Orton is always great when he's a villain. He is never good, never has been good, and has always been boring as bricks when he was a babyface. Because it's not him. He can't naturally be him unless he's a villain. Oh Lord.
Shinsuke and Randy will form a new tag team called the Nutcrackers.
Wouldn't that be quite the tag team? Seriously. But let's see where this goes. So I'm looking at a feud between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Now that kind of leaves Nakamura without an opponent. I'm assuming we're gonna do Nakamura, Randy Orton, and Hardy at SummerSlam. I'm thinking that's the direction we're going in, which I'm cool with. You got two heels and then a babyface, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But let's see what happens with what's going on here. All I know is Randy Orton is back and he's a heel, which 2 thumbs up for that one. That was a good move. Should have never really turned babyface to begin with. Now, this next match, I gotta say it, man. I respect the ever-loving hell out of Kevin Owens for what he did in this match. So, next was the steel cage match between Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens, which, listen, the hype for this match has been garbage. I did not appreciate anything they did leading up to this at all. The match itself, though, well, it was everything you expected it to be. It was a Braun Strowman match. It was basically Kevin Owens selling his ass off for Braun Strowman, which is what he needed to do. Like, Strowman shouldn't be losing to anybody. There were a couple of cool moments in there. Owens did get some offense. That was nice. He handcuffed Braun Strowman to the ropes, and there was a cool dramatic moment where Kevin Owens was bragging. He was happy, like he was taunting Strowman, like, look, you're handcuffed. You're not going to get me. Told him to suck it, blew him a kiss, goes to climb up the cage. Strowman snaps the handcuffs off, which I thought was great. I'm thinking here, yeah, that was really cool. Personally, the whole look, it's very small and it's nitpicky of me, I admit that, but seeing Braun Strowman struggle, like, I can't get out, I can't, like, I didn't like that. Like, if he would have, okay, again, this is how I would book it. If he would have just been like, and then he turned his head and smiled, like he was playing him, like he was faking it, like you know, you like how some people pretend to be stuck or pretend to be scared, and then they change their demeanor. I would have loved that if Strowman did that. Like, I can't get out. I can't. You thought I'm about to get you, bitch. Pah! You know, and then he snaps the handcuffs off and then goes after him. That would have been an even crazier moment. Just like that small change would have made it that much better. That's what I would have done.
What do you think the better match is? Hardy versus Edge versus HHH in '08 or Hardy versus Shinsuke versus Orton?
We'll have to see. That's a good question. It might end up being that '08 match, because that '08 match was pretty good. Just saying. But, getting back to this. So, the moment of the match that everyone's talking about. Kevin Owens is on top of the cage. Strowman climbs up after him. And we see Strowman grab Owens by the neck. And then he starts looking down. And in my head, I'm going, you're not going to chokeslam him off the cage. There's no way in hell the WWE would allow that. There's no way in hell they would be okay with you chokeslamming Kevin Owens off the cage like Mankind got thrown off the cage in 1998. There is no way in hell that, oh my God, he threw him off the cage. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He literally chokeslams Kevin Owens off the cage. He goes careening, flying all the way over to the announcer table and crashes through it. Reminiscent of Mankind in 1998 when Taker did it to him in Hell in a Cell, King of the Ring 1998. In the same city. It was in Pittsburgh, right? Same arena, too. Craziness. It was insane. Crowd lost their minds. I lost my mind. I was beyond shocked that WWE let that happen. And everyone was talking about, well, Braun Strowman's an idiot. He gave Owens the match. And I went, really? I'm sorry. Do you really think he gave a damn about winning this match? And I'm sorry, trust me, Owens may have won the match technically, but he didn't win the match. He might as well have lost it. Because if he had to win by being chokeslammed off the top of a cell, Strowman's like, look, if you're going to win this match, here. How did this get past Vince McMahon? He actually approved Kevin Owens being chokeslammed off the top of a cell? Ridiculous.
Braun vs. Co. was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. At the same time, though, it's hard for me to grade it because it was essentially a squash match. But I enjoyed it. I thought that spot was nuts. Jesus. But yeah, definitely a highlight of the night. Kevin Owens deserves all the praise in the world for taking that bump, because you couldn't pay me enough to be chokeslammed off the top of a cell. You couldn't pay me at all. I would just say no. Nah, I'm not doing it. Oh, it was a crash pad. I don't give a damn. You're not chokeslamming me off the top of the cell, buddy. You're not. I don't care. Like, you're crazy. You have to be crazy to do it. And clearly, Mick Foley and Kevin Owens are two crazy SOBs. But I love both of them for being crazy SOBs. Man. Yeah. Owens is the man. So is Strowman. Speaking of Strowman, I will be extremely upset if Strowman doesn't come out tomorrow night. Listen, Brock Lesnar is going to be there on Raw. The first person that he should see is Braun Strowman coming out and cashing in that briefcase. I personally will be offended if Strowman doesn't confront Brock Lesnar as soon as he shows up. Don't even waste time. Come out and cash that baby in. I'm cashing in on you for SummerSlam. Because don't do the whole goddamn, I'm going to wait until Roman Reigns beats you and then I'm going to cash in on Roman Reigns. No, screw that. No. Cash it in the moment you see Brock Lesnar. The moment you see Brock Lesnar, cash it in. Seriously. Because screw all that noise. Now, the next match is the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. The Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. Now, earlier on in the night, the Bludgeon Brothers attacked Daniel Bryan and Kane backstage. They ended up crushing Kane's legs in the door, some door backstage, and gave him an ankle injury. And then there was a speculation of, is he going to be able to match? Is he going to be able to fight? Is he going to be able to come to the match? Is he going to be able to compete? And he ended up coming out with an ankle brace. So, okay. All right. The match was all right. The match was... It was the typical babyface match, honestly. Okay. Yeah, it was a match. The Bludgeon Brothers win, and it was basically a handicap match because Kane couldn't wrestle all that much because he had an injury. So yeah, no one interfered. The Bludgeon Brothers just beat Team Hell No. Whatever. Oh God. So here's the good news. Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley did not main event the show. That's the good news. I guess that's the good news. Here's the bad news. This match wasn't all that good. I literally had to fight from falling asleep. It was slow. It was that slow. Why was this match slow to begin with? With as much fire as these two showed me this past Monday Night Raw, they should have been trying to kill each other. I hated that we got that awesome segment on Monday Night Raw, and this is the match we got. It was so bad. Why wasn't this match Extreme Rules? I don't get it. I just kind of feel, when it's all said and done, even though the outcome was really cool, this match isn't going to mean anything. And let me tell you why. So, Bobby Lashley wins. He ends up beating Roman Reigns. Holy crap! Bobby Lashley beats Roman Reigns? What? Yeah, he did it clean too. He beat Roman Reigns clean.
Lashley versus Strowman versus Lesnar, triple threat at SS?
I'm getting there. Give me a second. I'm getting there. Not the match I was going for, but we'll get there in a second. Bobby Lashley beats Roman Reigns, which is cool. And so you're thinking to yourself, okay, so this means Bobby Lashley is going to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, right? Right? Well, let me tell you what's getting ready to happen. So, here's the reason they had this match happen in the middle of the card, because they already know what they want to do. This was not a number one contendership match, so it was a safe match to give Bobby Lashley the victory, so Roman Reigns can still get his championship match against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, which will be absolutely stupid. I'm letting you know right now, the moment they announce Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, the crowd is going to crap on it, especially since you got Strowman with the briefcase, and then Lashley, who beat him clean. Honestly, it should be Lashley versus Strowman versus Lesnar. I don't even know why Reigns gets another shot. No, I'm not going to use the whole greatest Royal Rumble match as an excuse either. Because, listen, everyone says his 2 feet touched the floor. No, they didn't. First off, Roman's foot was hanging on the ring apron, the skirt of the ring apron when he actually touched the outside. And it was still there when Brock got up and touched his... and walked away. His 2 feet touched the floor first before Roman's did. No one wants to talk about that. And even if they were to go off of this, well, Roman's feet touched the floor story, Kurt Angle basically said, sorry, the referee wrote that you lost, so you still lost. You can't write around that now. There's nothing to write around. The match doesn't count. You lost, Roman. You lost. You lost clean to Strowman. You lost clean to... well, you did lose clean to Strowman, but you lost clean to Lesnar at WrestleMania anyways. So you really shouldn't get a title shot. But you know what? Screw it, right? WWE is dead set with driving this car of Roman Reigns push off the cliff. They are going to go all the way with this. No matter who likes it.
Andrade Cien Almas versus a returning Rey. Your thought?
My thoughts is that it will be an instant classic and it deserves to be on NXT. Sorry. Should I have said SummerSlam? Oops. Anyways, but they are so dead set with driving this Roman Reigns push off the cliff. No matter who likes it, no matter who is adamantly against it, they're going to go at Roman Reigns. So whether you like it or not, he's going to be in that championship match at SummerSlam. Whether it's a fatal 4-way, Reigns, Lesnar, Lashley, and Strowman. Whether it's one-on-one, Lesnar, Reigns. Whether it's a six-pack challenge, whatever. Roman is going to be included in that championship match. And more than likely, he will win, whether we like it or not. He shouldn't win. It should be Strowman. We all know it should be Strowman. We've all said it before that Strowman should be the Universal Champion. But whatever, right? They're going to give it to Roman. And you know what? At this point, screw it. He doesn't deserve it. He shouldn't have it. But if you are so adamant about making this guy the guy, just give it to him. Matter of fact, I'd rather you do it tomorrow night on Raw. Just do Reigns and Lesnar tomorrow night. Just give it to him then. Get it out the way. And then do Roman versus Strowman at SummerSlam, which sounds like an awesome match, believe it or not. Whatever. Like, you just... Stop. What's the word? What do I want to say? Stop getting cold feet. Just go all the way with it. Either shit or get off the pot, WWE, with Roman Reigns. Seriously. It's getting ridiculous now. Okay, enough about that. Let's move on to something else that I didn't like. Extreme Rules. Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss taking on Nia Jax. These two have yet to have a match worth talking about. Their WrestleMania match sucked. Their Backlash match was even worse. And this match was not good. Their entire feud was not good. But let's just talk about what happened in this match. So this entire match surrounded the fact that Ronda Rousey was sitting ringside. She brought a ticket, and she came as a fan. Oh, she came as a fan. It's not like she's going to interfere, right? Sure.
If Roman has to be in the match, I'd make more sense if it's Roman versus Lesnar versus Lashley and Strowman cashes in on the winner.
I mean, I personally think it would be better if he just... I'll get to you in just a second. Let me get this out.
Did you hear about Paul Heyman writing for Raw?
Yes, I did. So let me go back to the previous super chat. I think it works better for Strowman's character if he cashed it in the face of Lesnar, instead of doing the whole I'm gonna wait to cash it in against the guy who's weak and had a match. I don't think that wouldn't be what Strowman would do. That shouldn't be what Strowman would do. And yes, I did hear about Paul Heyman writing for Raw now. I wish he would have written this show. Maybe he did write this show. Maybe he was in charge of writing Kevin Owens being chokeslammed off the cell. Guarantee you that was him. That would have made a lot of sense too. So, if you guys see the script of Extreme Rules, send it to me because I want to see which one Heyman wrote. And I guarantee you, it will be the steel cage match. Guarantee you. But yeah. Let's just get back to this women's match because it's not like we all have anything else to do that's better, which is a lot of things. Ronda Rousey was ringside, As the match went on between Alexa and Nia Jax, because it's such a barn burner, we see Mickie James get involved. She starts attacking Natalya, who was out there for some reason. I guess she decided to show support to Nia Jax, who injured her some time ago, which, whatever. But because Natalya was being attacked by Mickie James, Ronda decides to come in and help her out. She starts attacking Mickie James, and she starts to go after Alexa Bliss, which makes Mickie James attack her with a kendo stick. And Ronda didn't appreciate that. So she went after Mickie James, but after Mickie got some shots in on her, Alexa... How did she beat Nia Jax? I don't even remember how she beat her. Freaking Mickie hits her with a steel chair, and then Alexa hits the DDT on the steel chair, and then she pins her 1, 2, 3. Nothing match. Look. When it's all said and done, this entire Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss feud was a waste of time. This is the most unimpactful, worthless feud they've done this year. It literally has no repercussions on the product. If this feud never existed, nothing would have happened. Nothing would have changed. Seriously, let's just say Alexa Bliss never fought Nia Jax at WrestleMania. We would still be where we are now, with Alexa Bliss with Alexa Bliss being chased by Ronda Rousey, which honestly would have made things a lot more stronger, in my personal opinion, because Alexa would be... I don't think she even lost the belt. She won the belt from Bayley last year. So she would have held that belt for over a year if she never lost it to Nia Jax. No, that's a lie, because she lost it to... Oh, that's right, she lost it to Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. No, she won it right back then. Okay, but it would still be a year. So if she would have not lost the belt and held it all the way to SummerSlam and then lost it to Ronda, she would have held it for at least close to a year, which would have made her an even stronger champion to be beaten by Ronda Rousey. But whatever. We tried it with Nia Jax. It failed. A complete waste of time. Don't even know why. We went with Miss Hand. So she's done. We're off the races. We're off to the races with Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss. Alright, so next up is the WWE Championship match. A match that I thought was going to close the show. I know better. So, this match was solid. This was around the time the crowd was getting restless. You can tell the crowd was tired. This show was way too long. It was way too long for the crowd. They was about to be out. They wanted out. They wanted to be done and go home. I'm actually surprised they held it together this long, but it all went to hell during that main event. But regardless, match was solid. I thought AJ and Rusev had a pretty solid match. Yeah, it was a well-worked match. They put a good effort in. AJ ended up winning, as I predicted, because freaking Aiden English decides to take off the turnbuckle pad, and then Rusev hits it head first, and then gets hit with the flying forearm. Now, there was a nice near fall in the match where after Rusev hit the turnbuckle, he falls down. AJ hits a 450. I thought that was going to be it, but Rusev kicked out, which was really cool. Then he got hit by the flying forearm, and then that was it. So I was like, oh, okay. So, solid match. Really solid match. But, yeah, it was everything I expected it to be. Why didn't Samoa Joe come out? See, this would have been a great moment for Samoa Joe to come out and ruin. AJ's going up the ramp. Samoa Joe comes out. Bam! Attacks him from behind. And there's our match for SummerSlam. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. He'll probably do that tomorrow night on Smackdown. But what ifs? Alright, post-match, Aiden English is apologizing to Rusev for costing him the match. That's most likely going to lead to a breakup, which is fine with me if Aiden English stays heel and Rusev is the new babyface. Alright, main event, to the shock of a lot of people, was the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Now, if my memory is correct, the last time an IC match, an IC championship match, main evented a WWF pay-per-view was SummerSlam 1992, which means we haven't seen an IC title main event pay-per-view for over 20 years. Now, some people are telling me that the last time it was actually defended in the main event was Backlash 2001, which was Austin, Triple H versus Kane and Taker. But in terms of a one-on-one match, this is literally the first time it's happened in over 20 years.
Are we seeing the end of Rusev Day?
As a tag team, probably for the time being, but we'll have to see. But yeah, the last time the Intercontinental Championship match was defended one-on-one was in 1992 in the main event of a pay-per-view for WWE. Lord, that's crazy. And that was overseas, so this is the first singles one-on-one match that the WWE Intercontinental Championship match took place on a main event pay-per-view in WWE on American soil. Interesting. I like it. So, let's talk about the crowd. The countdown chants. During the match, the fans did a countdown from 10 to 1 and would auditorily make that buzzer sound. They'd be like, remember how the Royal Rumble would do the countdown? 3, 2, 1, then the buzzer, well, the crowd auditorily made that. They would do the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, the first few times I died laughing when it happened. I'm like, y'all are dumb. Y'all are so dumb. And then it continued. And then it kept going. And then WWE took down the clock because the crowd wouldn't stop. And so fans pulled out their cell phones and just did it whenever the hell they wanted. And it got so out of hand that the WWE put the clock back up so they would stop just doing it whatever the hell they wanted. And a lot of fans were annoyed by it. There are people in the live chat right now who are just beyond pissed off that this happened. And look, I'm right there with you. Look, I do think if you were going to do this, it should have been with Roman and Lashley. If you're going to be rebellious, you shouldn't have done it for this match. This was a good match. And that's what hurts it the most. This match was good. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler actually went out there and had a pretty good 30-minute Iron Man match that had a sudden death to it. I don't know if they deserved what the crowd did to them. However, in defense of the crowd, I can't say I'm shocked. Hey, WWE, you want the crowd to stop doing this stuff? You want the crowd to stop doing chants like this? If you want the crowd to stop hijacking your shows, maybe, just maybe, you should do a better job making better shows. Maybe, just maybe, you should actually make the crowd invest in your shows a little bit better. Maybe, just maybe, your show shouldn't be 4 hours long. And these crowds wouldn't be restless, and so they wouldn't have to do these chants to stay awake. Sometimes you just get tired and you need something to keep yourself awake because guess what? You have to drive home after the event. I'm just saying, man. I know that some people were pissed off about what these fans did. I can speak English. I understand how this can be frustrating. I can understand Ziggler and Rollins being completely pissed off at this, which, hey man, it wasn't anything personal, but if they were more invested, these chants wouldn't exist. But it's kind of hard to care. It's kind of hard to get invested when your shows are this long. Some of these fans have been there for some of those fans were there for 6 hours. They've been in those seats for 6 hours. They are tired. They're ready to go home. I'm sorry, but let me ask you this. Do you see this chant happen in Lucha Underground? No. Do these chants happen in NXT? No. Do these chants happen in ROH? No. Do these chants happen in PWG? No. Do these chants happen in New Japan Pro Wrestling? No. Do these chants happen in Progress? No.
This why WWE is the worst.
See, the reason why fans do this with WWE, and a lot of people don't want to mention this, but when you create an environment where you literally tell the fans, we are going to do whatever we want, no matter what you say, this is the result. See, fans know they're getting what they want with companies like ROH and NXT and PWG and New Japan Pro Wrestling. They understand that those shows are worth investing in. And before anybody says, oh, well, New Japan Pro Wrestling does 5-hour shows. Okay, well, New Japan Pro Wrestling was able to carry interest, make their shows interesting, and actually manage the 5 hours better than WWE does. It's not an excuse at all. Never is an excuse. Because New Japan can carry 5-hour shows. They've been carrying 5-hour shows for the longest. They know how to make them work. WWE does it. And because they don't, this is what happens. You get rebellious crowds like Pittsburgh. And it's going to continue. You created this environment. You facilitated this fan base by making the fans feel like their opinions, what they want, doesn't matter. And so you'll get crowds like this doing the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what happens. You did that, WWE. And because of that, people like Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler are collateral damage. I hate the fact that the first Intercontinental Championship main event match, that's an Iron Man match between really good wrestlers, got that kind of response. But I can't blame the audience for it because sometimes you get tired and you need to stay awake. But regardless, the main event was a good match. Ziggler and Rollins had a really good match. They went to a 30-minute draw.
It's like it's Rollins versus Baylor at SS 2016 again.
And that match was crap done because of the way the belt looked was dumb as well. See, you create that environment when you give the fans something they don't want to see. That's what happens. But regardless, this was a good match. I think Rollins and Ziggler were able to carry a pretty solid Iron Man match for 30 minutes that ended in a draw when they went 4-4. We had Drew McIntyre get involved and help Ziggler pull a Cleveland Cavaliers and come from 0-3 all the way back to 4-3 and tie it up. Then Ziggler keeps the belt because of a draw. And then afterwards, Kurt Angle came out and said, brother. We're going to restart this baby. And we did. Kurt Angle restarts it. And then McIntyre appears again. Ziggler hits the zigzag and pins him 1, 2, 3. So, yeah. Ziggler still walks out as the IC champion. I liked it. I think that was such a cool heel move to do. And guess what this means? Guess what this means, guys? Rollins gets to go after the Universal Championship. So, here's what I think is going to happen. Early prediction. Now that Rollins is free from the IC Championship match, he can now be free to challenge for the Universal Championship. So, my question to you in the live chat and the comments, who do you want to see fight Lesnar? We got Rollins. We got Lashley. We got Strowman. And we got Roman. 4 guys. What I think is going to happen is that we'll do a fatal 4-way on Raw tomorrow. And whoever wins that fatal 4-way fights Brock Lesnar. Roman, Strowman, Lashley, Rollins. And if I had it my way, I would have Rollins win. Doesn't really matter anyways, because Strowman's going to cash in. He's going to cash in. Sorry about that. Okay, so it was a good match, but the ending pissed me off. What was the point of going overtime if the match is just going to end seconds after it restarted? Yeah, welcome to WWE. At least they did it in a really cool heel way, so I wasn't pissed off about it. Regardless, yeah, if they do a fail 4-way tomorrow, which will probably happen, a lot of you are picking Rollins. I know you are. If I had it my way, I would go with Rollins. Screw it. Let's give Rollins a run with that belt. Now, he'll probably end up losing it to Strowman anyways, because Strowman's going to cash in. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like the best option would be Rollins versus Lesnar. But knowing WWE, because they're so obsessed with Roman, they'll go with Roman and Lesnar. And then he'll win the championship, then Strowman will cash in, and then he'll become Universal Champion. I don't know. I don't really know what they'll do. We'll have to see tomorrow night on Raw. But yeah, overall, this show could have been so much better. Let's just look over this real quick. Let's take out a couple of matches. So, we keep the pre-show matches. We'll keep New Day versus Sandy tables. We'll keep Andrade versus Sin Cara. We'll put those two on the main card. We'll move Finn Balor and Constable Corbin to the pre-show. One match in the pre-show. That's all we need. You know, we have to shorten the pre-show, whatever. Okay? Let's take out the Raw Tag Team title. We don't really need that. We didn't really need that at all. Let's take out, honestly, that Women's Championship match on Smackdown was so bad. Let's take that one out. Let's keep the United States title match. That one was cool. I like that. Let's keep the Steel Cage match. Let's get rid of... Do I get rid of the tag team match? The SmackDown tag team match? No, tell you what. We'll keep the SmackDown tag match. So, we'll take out the Raw tag team titles. We'll take out... No, tell you what. We'll keep the Raw tag team titles. Let's take out the SmackDown tag team titles. Let's take out the SmackDown Women's Championship match. And... let's see. What else do I want to take out? Yeah, move Finn Balor and Constable Corbin to the pre-show. And right there, we shortened the show an hour. So now it's 3 hours. And I feel like that alone would have made the show that much better. Because we didn't even go the full 4 hours. Because we still had like 20 minutes left. You take out those two matches, it gets shortened to 3 hours. Just a little bit under 3 hours. And we're good. The show would have been instantly better. You didn't need to add all these matches at all. And it just really gets on my nerves that WWE is so fixated on oversaturating their shows. And that's what hurts them.
This was PG Rules in a nutshell.
Ridiculous, man. I mean, you're absolutely right. It was PG in a nutshell. Alright, so let's get to it, live chat. What you got to say about this show? Give me your thoughts. How you feel about it? It was a throwaway show for me. The epitome of a throwaway show. It should have been a lot shorter. Should have been cut down to about 3 hours. And now we have to look forward to SummerSlam, which is going to be 6 hours. Plus the pre-show. Why are we making these shows longer? Oh my goodness. Alright. So a lot of people were giving it a C. Someone gave it a D+. Wow. I didn't think it was that bad. It was a throwaway show. The Atomic Bomber. This is going to take away from events like Survivor Series and WrestleMania. Yeah. Yeah. I can't really argue with that because it's too much. It's way too much content, and it actually creates more opportunities for these wrestlers to get hurt. Let's see. Gregory Go. Alexa and Carmella need to lose the belts, and Ziggler too. Alexa's losing that belt. I think Carmella's going to lose the belt as well at SummerSlam. Ziggler will probably hold it for a little bit longer, because they're using that as a way to keep him to stay. They're trying to keep Ziggler from leaving, because I heard that his contract is coming up very soon, so he might be on his way out, which would be really cool, honestly. He needs to get the hell out of WWE. Oh, Lord. I agree.
What will happen at SummerSlam? Both women's championship matches will be squashes. Bar vs. Legend, AJ vs. Joe, 2-3 threats for mid-lose.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Also, the show is called Extreme Rules. Yet only a few of the matches had extreme stipulations. WTF WWE?
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why people thought this was a weak show. I completely agree with you on that one, man. Let's see. Alex Williams gave it a D+. Pretty bad show, but not worst of the year. The title still belongs to Backlash. Oh yeah, Backlash is definitely still the worst show of the year. This was just a throwaway show. It was average. There were some good things on it, but not enough to make it worth watching. If this show didn't happen, nothing would have changed. Agreed. Completely agreed. Goku Black. I hope so, because we need real representation of real champions, not these total diva Barbie dolls. Yeah. Hey, with the way things are looking, if Ronda beats Alexa and Becky beats Carmella, yeah, we're going to have some legit women's champions. Especially if Asuka turns heel and then ends up feuding with Becky over that belt. Listen to me. An Asuka versus Becky Lynch feud for the belt sounds amazing. I actually want to see that happen. Especially if Becky's the babyface. Let's see here. Crippling anxiety. Oh, Lord. WrestleMania 35. Strowman is in the Battle Royal. Near the end, he is getting double-teamed by the Bar. All hope is lost, but then on the Titantron, the words, "Get these hands," pop up, and then he comes out. Hold on. He's not done yet. "I'm not finished with you. Get these pants up here," and it's Papa Nick. Oh, my goodness. Oh, why did I read that? I regret reading that. God damn it. You guys. Oh yeah, Mr. Crab. SummerSlam is gonna suck. Oh my god. OMG.
Thank God I skipped this since I had work, lol.
Yeah, it wasn't worth your time. I kind of feel bad that people actually watched it. If you have to go watch it, watch the Randy Orton heel turn, watch Nakamura's championship win, and watch the pre-show. And watch Owens get choked him off the cage. But you can watch 3 of those on the you can watch all of those things on YouTube. You can watch the pre-show on YouTube. Both matches on YouTube. You can watch those 3 moments happen on YouTube as well. So you don't need to watch the show. Search it. Search them on YouTube. You'll be good. Trust me. It's not worth your time. Where's Dean Ambrose? He should be showing up very soon. They say not to expect him until after September. That's what they said. So, yeah. Ultra Shadow 97. The last good SummerSlam was 2013. I agreed. I'll be talking about that in a few weeks. I can't wait to get to 2002. 2002 SummerSlam is by far the best one, and we'll talk about it when we get to it. I'm on 94, that's tomorrow. And then 95, 96, 97, and 98 is Friday, which people are telling me is really good. So we'll see. Let's see here. Ooh, Thomas Lamada. This is another reason to not watch anything the WWE gives. Yeah, man. It really is. Kid of Justice. This show was not as good as the New Japan Pro Wrestling matches the past 2 days. Ooh, Tanahashi versus Suzuki and Yano versus Ishii. That's from the G1 Climax. Yeah! Who's here watching the G1 Climax, by the way? Just saying, man. Let's see. Gregory Gold. I may get my Twitter back just so me, Jake, and Ultra Shadow can talk about stuff. Do it, Gregory. You guys should have your own little posse on Twitter, following me and talking about wrestling with me. It'd be really cool. Let's see here. Rachel Buck, Sandy versus the Blogging Brothers. Stop it.
Randy Orton heel turn number 9000.
Hey, screw it. I hope he stays heel this time. Like real talk. Alright, guys, it's late. Let me go ahead and cut it off right here. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you watched it all, hashtag I watched it all. I will be back up here tomorrow for my SummerSlam review of 1994 and my Raw review, where Brock Lesnar shows up or be stripped of the Universal Championship. But give me your thoughts down below. Thanks for showing your love. I love you for showing up. And I hope you enjoyed this review. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off right here in your boy, Deluxe Man's world. Catch you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.